This is not a cute story about an ordinary polar bear family on the ice. This is the most dangerous day in the life of a mother bear who has been fasting for more than half a year. In the maze of melting ice, she has only one chance left to feed her two exhausted cubs. A mother bear can lose up to 40% of her body weight during a long fasting season. Every step she takes today is paid for with the last of her remaining muscle on the frozen ground. The ice beneath her feet is thin as glass, with black water at -1 degree Celsius waiting below. To save her cubs, she needs not only brute strength, but the intelligence of an Arctic predator. The wind shifts, and the scent of fresh seal drifts instantly into her sensitive nose. But between her and the prey lies a stretch of ice as thin as paper, ready to shatter at any moment. If a cub slips and falls, water will burst upward, and that small heart could stop beating within minutes. In an Arctic warming 4 times faster than the rest of the planet, every meal is a battle, and every battle could be the last for her and her 2 cubs on this drifting sheet of ice. To save her cubs, she needs more than strength. She needs the mind of a master Arctic assassin. The wind shifts, and the fresh scent of seal drifts across her sensitive nose once more. But between her and the prey lies a field of ice, thin as glass, ready to shatter at any moment. A polar bear can smell a seal from several kilometers away across drifting ice floes. Her nose holds more than 1 million scent receptors, 10 times more than a domestic dog. She stops, lifts her head high, small ears turning with every current of wind carrying the promise of food. Beneath 1/2 meter of ice, the soft breathing of a seal rises like a quiet song. She can hear that breath from 10 meters away, even when the seal lies perfectly still. But to reach it, she must cross a maze of melting ice, with black water waiting below. On the ice, the most dangerous predator to cubs is not the cold, but a fully grown, aggressive male bear. A male can kill cubs to bring the mother back into heat, a brutal instinct of nature. She detects larger footprints, deep claw marks in the ice signs of a nearby male. She chooses a longer route, trading precious energy for the lives of her cubs. Every extra kilometer means more energy lost, but survival is her only priority. She turns back and growls softly to her cubs. Today, we take a different path. The mother bear is forced to leap across wide stretches of open water, her cub following behind slowly, trembling. One misstep, one fall into the -1 degree water, and that small heart would stop beating. She must increase her pace, but every faster step burns energy she cannot replace. Each drifting ice floe becomes a dangerous launch pad, the gaps between them growing wider and wider. She jumps first, landing on the next slab of ice, which shatters beneath her weight and crashes into the black water. One cub hesitates at the edge of the floe, staring down at the 5-meter gap to the next piece of ice. She growls softly, a mother's call, filled with both encouragement and warning of the danger ahead. The cub steps back, then runs forward, leaps and slips on the wet edge of ice, claws failing to grip. She falls into the water, a small scream piercing the air as the freezing cold cuts through her body like knives. The mother bear plunges in, without hesitation, claws digging into the ice edge as she hauls the cub up immediately. The cub trembles violently, fur soaked, its heartbeat pounding wildly like war drums, inside its tiny chest. She has no time to let the cub recover. They must continue leaping across the remaining gaps. The second cub is exhausted, discouraged, but survival forces it to keep moving forward behind its mother. Each jump is a gamble with death, each landing an unexpected victory on the melting ice. At last, they reach thicker ice where the mother can stop, panting heavily as both cubs collapse beside her. After many hours crossing the deadly hunting grounds, the mother bear finally catches the scent of a seal. She stops, her body trembling with hunger, nose lifted, senses stretched tight as a drawn wire. Beneath 1/2 meter of thick ice, the seal's faint breathing rises like a whisper. She knows the exact position of her prey, but between her and the meal lies a solid barrier of ice. A seal can hold its breath for up to 2 hours, but eventually it must surface to breathe. The mother bear begins the longest wait, her body motionless on the white ice, like a patient ghost. 30 minutes pass. The cold wind lashes her muzzle, carrying a stronger scent of rich seal fat. Suddenly, a round, dripping head emerges from the breathing hole, dark eyes scanning warily. She does not move. Every muscle is locked tight, only her cold yellow eyes fixed on the target. The seal tests the air, whiskers trembling, ears alert for any unfamiliar sound on the ice. The moment it absent-mindedly lowers its head, the mother bear explodes forward, claws ripping through the silent surface. A blow like a sledgehammer, a muffled roar. Black water splashes upward, red blood spreading quickly across the snow. She tears open the breathing hole with claws and teeth, dragging the seal's body, grinding over the sharp edge of ice. Fresh meat and thick fat are the only fuel that can turn the thawing spring into a chance for survival. But she does not eat alone. Her 2 cubs are summoned, and the 3 of them bury their faces in the blood-soaked feast. Fresh meat fills their bellies, and energy flows into every cell of the starving cubs' bodies. The mother bear watches her 2 young eat, her yellow eyes cold, yet her spirit trembling with a mother's love. She eats only what remains bones and fat the cubs cannot chew. Every bite she swallows is another day survived on the melting ice. But the price of this meal is written on her body in blood and scars. The layer of fat beneath her skin is thin as paper, her ribs protruding like sharp iron bars. She has endured the entire long winter without food, living only on the fat reserves stored from autumn. Each cub she nurtures is a part of her body, a part of her soul. The cold wind sweeps through her fur, the deep claw wounds from her battle with the male bear still unhealed. The first cub collapses onto the ice, its belly swollen, for the first time in many days no longer hungry. The second cub continues searching for more meat, its instinct knowing that tomorrow there may be nothing. The mother bear lies down beside them, her body trembling from the cold and exhaustion of the hunt. She closes her eyes, but her ears remain raised at any moment. A male bear or wolves could appear. This meal saves her 2 cubs, yet it also pushes her closer to the edge of death. As the sun sets, the 3 lie pressed together, keeping warm with the rhythm of their heartbeats and their faint breaths.